Ladies and gentlemen, now in today's video, we're going to be breaking down the full announcement and all the information regarding Incursions. But before we do that, we have a little surprise announcement of something that's going to be happening this evening. So probably about an hour and a bit from the point of uploading this video at 12:15 PST on my channel. We're going to be going live with Kabam. We got some Kabam employees that have designed Incursions, and me and those Kabam employees, we're going to be playing Incursions and talking about Incursions. And I never thought something like this would happen, but it's to kind of be an alternative. You know, I was meant to go out to Kabam, but the whole global pandemic thing, a little bit of a roadblock in that whole plan there. So instead, we're going to do a live stream on YouTube, and hopefully it's going to be really fun, man. I'm really looking forward to it. And apparently I'm going to be playing with Kabam Tyler, who is one of the sickest players, according to what I've been told, in the Marvel Contest of Champions development office. So I'm very curious to see, see how good he is. You know, have a little bit of chat, have a little bit of banter, mate. I imagine it's going to be a proper fun time. So that's going to be at 12:15 PST or 8:15 UK time there. But yeah, it's also going to be available on demand on the channel, and I'm really looking forward to it. But anyway, in today's video, we're going to be going over this blog post and breaking down all the information that you need to know about Incursions. So essentially, Incursions are revamped versions of Dungeons with a lot of improvements and also a lot of the annoyances of Dungeons removed as well. And we're going to be talking about kind of all the changes as we progress on. But one of the biggest things as well is that Incursions are going to be available all of the time. So you can access them whenever, and they have two separate kind of reward structures. You have the milestones and also the zone rewards, and the milestone rewards reset every 5 days and the zone rewards reset every 30 days. And the milestones have gold and kind of dungeon artifacts in them, or incursion artifacts now, and the top zone rewards have like 5-star shards, gold artifacts in, so a lot of really good stuff there. One really nice additional feature, especially if you queue with random players, is you now get your points when you complete a room and no longer have to conclude your incursion run to get points. So there's no more choosing between playing it safe and ending a run or risking a harder incursion for more points. Like, you just go as far as you possibly can, and there's no like penalty for trying to push further and then, you know, partnering up with a random or somebody that fails you and getting like a massive point deduction there. So that's really cool. But let's go up to the top and talk about some other changes with Incursions on the baseline. Now, the first thing that's been added with Incursions are these brand new choice nodes. So when you step on these nodes, they give you a choice between certain stuff depending on which node you step on. So you got stuff like sabotage server links to remove a link node from an upcoming fight. You can also swap champions in the middle of Incursions as well. So if you enter an incursion zone or, you know, room, and you see a champion that has, you know, a bit of a specific counter and you don't have that counter ability on your team, you can swap out one of your champions for a character that could counter that champion. So that is really valuable, man. Previously, that would just be a big roadblock in Dungeons. And there are also these hacks as well, and they seem to range from like really all sorts of stuff that kind of synergize with all sorts of like weird abilities, like empower furies, like additional debuff effects as well, give you even more debuffs on champions, enhanced damage. But yeah, these seem like really good, especially for certain champion combinations there. So you've got hacks to empower your champion's abilities, and also finishing a zone, formerly rooms, allows you to choose between healing or reviving your team, or to activate a rare hack to give your champions new abilities as well. So yeah, there's just a lot of really cool stuff with these choice nodes, man. Looking at these on Legacy and Brian's stream yesterday, they just seem really awesome. And there's a bit of a different item limit. There's an item limit of 5 items per zone. Previously, I don't think there was an item limit with Dungeons, but this is per zone there, so it doesn't seem too bad, especially considering, again, there are nodes within the Incursions as well to heal and also revive your characters. And again, the kind of basis of the milestone does go on a 5-day timer there. And also there are no more room timers, so this is absolutely amazing. You don't need to feel rushed in your fights there because the rooms do not have timers in. There's also more variety of encounters, so prepare to encounter any champion regardless of class, and enemies have access to almost every non-champion specific buff in the contest. So yeah, there's all sorts of crazy stuff that could happen. Seems like very random in terms of, you know, what champions you could fight and also what buffs they could have, but also you do have a choice of exactly, you know, where you go. Like, you got 2 lanes there, but when it comes to mini bosses and the boss, I don't think you have too much choice there. And again, finally, it is a permanent game mode. It's going to be available all month long. The rewards and milestones have been revamped to provide stretch goals. Apparently, in terms of the room bonuses that you do, or the zone bonuses, should I say, these actually go up. Like, you can see this is like the first room bonus here, so if you complete 1 room in sector 7, and that's the highest sector that you can access if you've got 16 or more 5-star champions in your roster, you can see you get 550 artifacts, 20,000 gold, and 150 5-star shards. You can just keep on diving further and further, and apparently these rewards scale up to zone 25, but 25 is insane, man. Like Legacy and Brian, I think they got to zone 12 yesterday, and the difficulty looked absolutely ridiculous there, but also various difficulties, and we'll talk about this as well in various rosters. You can access like 2 different zones, so even if you've got a pretty blubbery roster, you can access sector 6 and also sector 7 as well. So yeah, the rewards, they do seem better than dungeons. So yeah, they're talking about the first Incursions experience here, so you get to the first kind of choice, and the first choice is to either sabotage a server link or swap out champions if you need a specific counter, but the champion you will swap out kind of remains the same health if you kind of got dented on like a previous champion. So say like I swapped Dr. Doom for Warlock, and Dr. Doom had 80%, bringing in Warlock, he'd also have 80% health as well, if that does make sense. And then yeah, after the final boss, you have the opportunity to pick up a boss module, which is a rare hack, so a bit more of a powerful one there. You can also revive your KO'd team members if your team is looking very rough, or you can also heal your team by 40% of their base health as well. So you've got a bit of a choice to go for there, depending on exactly where you're at. And yeah, an example of this rare hack is like this Dr. Voodoo here. Looks like maybe a rank 4, rank 5, having a shock debuff, and that shock debuff is dealing, you know, 392 damage per tick, so that's almost like 800 additional damage per second. Seems like a very, very potent additional debuff there, so it seems pretty damn nice. And this is just showing the champion swap interface, so it just kind of shows that you know, the champion is going to have the same percentage of health if you swap them out and in, but you can't constantly swap characters out and in. As soon as you swap a character out, then you can't use that for the rest of the Incursions run that you're going for at the moment, if that does make sense there. And also you have this interface where you can see all of your active hacks, and your hacks are only active, I think, for like 3 or 4 zones, so you can't stack up like too many hacks, but you can still stack up like quite a few hacks as well, at least to the best of my knowledge, because you have the rare hacks and also the common hacks as well. So it seems like you can get some pretty crazy stuff going on, man. So I'm very, very much looking forward to that. And also in terms of these sectors, so formerly called dungeons 1 to 7, sectors represent your difficulty level, which is based on your roster. So tier 7 is the lowest tier, and that has sector 1 and 2, and there are no special requirements for that. Tier 6 is own 8+ 3-star champions, and that's sector 1 and 2 as well. Tier 5 own 16+ 3-star champions, sector 2 and 3. So as you progress through the tiers and get higher and higher, you unlock more difficult sectors, and it upgrades your milestones and also upgrade your rewards as well. So I imagine most people are going to get to Like tier 4 pretty damn quickly, which is own 8+ 4-star champions. So that unlocks sector 3 and 4, and there's no, I think, full rewards breakdown for what kind of this looks like at the moment and how good incursions are going to be for lower tier players. But I imagine the amount of 4-star shards is going to be worth doing, I would assume there. Tier 3 is 16+ 4-star champions. Tier 2 is 8+ 5-star champions, and that's sectors 5 and 6. And tier 1 is 16+ 5-star champions, and that unlocks sectors 6 and 7. So the the higher the sector, the harder it is, and the lower the tier, the better the rewards are, if that all makes sense. Again, it's a lot of information to take in, so you just keep that in mind. So also one thing that they have mentioned as well, like Alliance Quest and Alliance War, Incursions are going to use their own set of potions and revives, and they're increasing the potency of Incursions potions and revives across the board, and also reducing their cost as well. But if you already have dungeon potions in your inventory, don't worry, they're going to be updated as well. So I think that's really, really nice to do, man. Like, I think that just, yeah, seems solid. Like, you can't really fault that, man. You know, better potions, cheaper price, and you're already older ones. Like, they get updated, so it seems pretty damn decent. And Incursions, the official global launch for them is going to be next Wednesday on the 8th of April. So yeah, I'm really excited for Incursions, man. They seem very, very interesting. They just seem like a really solid, fun upgrade to dungeons, and I'm excited to try them out this evening, man. I think we're gonna have a really, really fun time. So if you wanna, stop by the live stream, chill out for a little bit, watch me probably die very embarrassingly on stream tonight, yeah, be sure to tune in at 8:15 UK time or 12:15 Canadian time, PST, whatever time zone you can understand there. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts on Incursions in the comments section below. Aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.